Hi guys, hope you had a good weekend, and in this video I want to compare for you UBIQ, Ethereum Classic and Ethereum mining, and show you which one is the most profitable mineable coin with GPU at the moment. It's kind of follow up on the video which I made early on, 2 months mining UBIQ, and I've touched on and I compared the UBIQ and the Ethereum back then, but here I want to compare the three coins and show you some numbers and in general talk to you about mining and how I approach my mining in general and what I'm looking for to achieve, obviously. So before we get into the profits, real quickly, something I've been always something I've been always saying it, and people who ask me, I've always teach them the same way how I mine. What I'm obviously looking for is to which coin obviously is going to give me the most amount of profits, especially when it comes to my GPU mining. And the reason being is I just don't understand. For instance, early on we saw in the video, if you watched it, that if you mine UBIQ, you'll be making less money than if you mine Ethereum. Yes, I can generate more coins mining UBIQ than comparing to Ethereum. I think back then it was with my power, which is 500 mega hashes, I'll be generating in a day about 20 coins, but giving me about profits of around $20. However, if I'm mining Ethereum, which I am actually doing at the moment, I'll be generating only 0.15 Ethereum coins. However, the profit will be $26. So you can clearly see that although the coins is less and quite much less than the UBIQ coins, but the profits are more. So for instance, if I like the UB coin as a coin and I believe in the future of all this and I want to really have UB coins, I will still be mining Ethereum, because simply what I'll be doing is, as soon as I get my profits, I'll just simply exchange my my Ethereum coins to UB coins. And why not? I mean, I'm generating about $6-7 extra per day, and UB coin at the moment is let's look at it. So UB coin at the moment is $1.39. So if I'm generating about $6-7 extra per day, which will mean that every day if I exchange my Ethereum for UBIQ, obviously I'm looking at the day price, I'll be generating instead with the findings I did early on, instead of having 20 coins only mining UBIQ a day, by mining Ethereum and then exchanging for UBIQ, I'll be actually getting around 25 coins. So that's 5 coins extra per day. And for me, this is a win-win situation and a no-brainer. So, and this is how I've been always approaching my mining. I have experimented with different coins as well, just to see how things are going. But when it comes to pure profits and see how to generate more profits and obviously get my ROI quickly, this is how I approach it. I never go for a coin which gives me less profit, but because maybe there's a hype around it. For instance, right now there's a hype again around UBIQ. I mean, I've been doing UBIQ mining for around 2 months. I know some people have been doing it for much longer, but for the last few days, as I've said on the video which I made early on, it currently seems that there's again kind of like a hype around the coin. And normally what happens when there's a hype around the coin, we tend to believe that this is the one we should go for, because obviously there's a talk around it, it must be very profitable, people are talking about it, this. But as we've seen in the video early on, that it's not the case, and I'm sure with the findings we're going to see now, we're going to see that Ethereum is still probably all Ethereum Classic are more profitable than mining UBIQ. And not just this, but I'm sure that if I was to compare a few hours ago in this video, back then, as I said, I was mining with my power about 500 coins. I am sure now I'm going to see less coins, due to the fact that I see the hype and people getting in. Obviously I'm tracking the pool and seeing if there are more miners, how is the difficulty going. I mean, let's look at the difficulty real quickly. UBIQ difficulty, UBIQ mining pool, and so there you have it. Now the difficulty has dropped a bit. Early on was all the way up to 22, but it does fluctuate. But there's more miners into the network, so definitely I am sure that we will be mining less coins, or I'll be mining less coins with my power, and obviously you too as well with your mining rigs. So yeah, guys, this is my take when it comes to mining. Personally, what I do, I always go for the most profitable coin, and if I do believe in another coin, I just obviously exchange my mining earnings to that coin if I want to hold that coin. But other than that, I just keep mining the most profitable coin, and I think this is the best way, obviously, and the most sense that makes, because I just don't see it. I mean, it's kind of like saying I'm gonna go and work over there for $5 a day instead of going and working over there for $10 a day, right? It doesn't make sense. So this is how I approach things. I'm looking for the most profits I can make. So let's look at it, guys. Another thing you have to remember is that these things do fluctuate. So now the numbers we're going to look at, they are for right now, and for instance, a few hours later they could be different, because UBIQ early on was worth it $1.50. So therefore the profits will be slightly more, 10 cents. It is 10 cents. But UBIQ could drop down to $1, which was, I think, a day or so ago, or it could go up to $2 or $3. Same thing could happen to Ethereum, for instance. Sorry, let's go here. So we know we've seen Ethereum all the way to 400. Now it's down to 227. So therefore, that's a big difference in price, which obviously is affecting the the earnings potential. So this is things you obviously also have to consider, how much a coin could get to. And because if the best, obviously UBIQ can go to is a $2, for instance, in the next 6 months, but Ethereum has the potential to go all the way to 500. Then again, it's a no-brainer. You gotta keep mining Ethereum, because obviously it has more potentials in terms of price, and that will generate much greater profits, let's say in the next 6 months. Well, let's now look at the mining and see how much we're generating, and look at the profits and see which one is the most profitable currently GPU mined coin. I mean, I know there's other coins as well, but I think at the moment those are the top 3. Yes, DBX picked up some time ago, but I think at the moment it's very low. So I think this is the one to go for, and this is obviously the one I personally like a lot, and I think that they are the most profitable at the moment. So there are my numbers, guys. 500 mega hashes, 2,700 watts power, 1.5 let's say mining fee, because the UBIQ pool has fee, and obviously Claymore, and also 0.12 cost. So let's hit calculate. And there you have it, guys. Daily, we're just going to concentrate on the daily, and well, let's look at all of them. So as you can see, as I was expecting, due to the hype, only 18.5 coins per day. As I mentioned on this video, the coins was over 20, so you can clearly see within few hours this has drastically dropped, because 2 coins per day to drop in few hours is quite a lot. And obviously with the price dropping, that is quite a low low profit, because early on it was about $20 or so, because obviously 20 coins times. So we can clearly see only 16.47, weekly 115, monthly 494, and annually $6,000. So there you have it, guys. I'd say a very low profits if in comparison to Ethereum Classic. Same numbers in here. 500, 2,700 pool fee. I put it into 2, cost the same. 0.12. Let's hit calculate, and there you have it, guys. That's a nearly $10 extra mining Ethereum Classic. Yes, we generate only 2.17 coins per day, but we are making $25.50 per day, and this is what I just said a moment ago. Coins could be less, but the profits are more. So with this profit, if I don't like Ethereum Classic, for instance, and I like UBIQ, I will be mining Ethereum Classic, get my $25.50, and then exchange it for UBIQ coins, and I'll be making more than what I'll be making if I directly mine, obviously, UBIQ. Weekly 178, monthly 765, and yearly $9,300. So that's a big difference in yearly, guys. We're looking at over $3,000 more. And yes, weekly, some people may say, oh, it's not that much, but it does obviously pick. When you calculate the whole year, we can clearly see it's a big number. I mean, 9,300 compared to 6,000, that's $3,300. That's a lot of money. That's kind of like a one whole rig. If you were to build a rig, pretty much that's a one rig. And why miss the opportunity? I mean, I wouldn't do it, so I wouldn't advise anybody else to do it. And same thing with Ethereum. Same everything, 2% the pool fee, everything else 500 mega hashes, 2,700 power, 0.12. And let's hit calculate. And there you have it, guys. As I was expecting, Ethereum is still the biggest winner, the one coin that I'm mining, and the one coin I suggest people to continue mining. And obviously, again, you can exchange your money to it. So daily, we can clearly see only 0.15 coins for me for 500 mega hashes, 0.15, but profits 26.89, almost $27, and that's again for The best we've seen UBIQ, guys, it's about $2 and $2.50, something like that. But as we said, we've seen Ethereum go all the way to 400. So if I was to calculate this 0.158 times $400, this profit actually could be $63. Obviously, minus the cost of power cost, obviously electricity cost, minus the electricity cost, which is $7.78 for me, of course. I'm generating actually $55, which is big. Now if we go back to UBIQ, 18 coins times 18.51 times the best I've seen UBIQ, 250, that's $46 minus the 778. We can clearly see $38, much even less profits if both of those coins pick up again to the best position they've been in terms of price. And this is why I said, although you may like UBIQ and all this thing, if in a short period of time, if UBIQ was to stay, I mean, we can't predict these things, but sometimes you gotta think about these things. If UBIQ was to stay or get the best it could get to $2 or $2.50 for the next 6 months, but Ethereum can go all the way back to 400, I'll just simply keep my Ethereum and obviously generate my profits in few months, and they will be huge in comparison. But looking at today's profits, we can clearly see $26.89 in comparison to $16.47. That's $10 extra in a bit. Weekly $188, monthly $806. This is very good actually, $806 per month, and a yearly $9,800, close to $10,000, so nearly $4,000 more than the UBIQ coin. And there you have it, guys, the most profitable coin. It is still Ethereum, and I think this is how it's going to stay for a while, unless obviously UBIQ pick up very crazy. But that's why I've been also advising people, you gotta keep an eye on the market, you gotta be checking what's happening, and you have to be prepared to switch the miners around if necessary. You may switch if suddenly UBIQ picks up and the price goes up, then you may switch. Obviously, if you're feeling if you keep in the Ethereum and you kind of feel it's kind of drip, the UBIQ is picking up, you may exchange. You gotta be able to play around, trade, buy, sell, whatever you gotta do to generate the profits. But pure mining, we can clearly see right now at this particular moment, the Ethereum, it is the big winner. Afterwards is the Ethereum Classic, and the third place is the UBIQ. And for me, as I said, this is why I'm continuing to mine Ethereum. I'm making good profits. I may trade some of my Ethereum for UBIQ at some point. I don't see this happening, at least not for now. I still believe the Ethereum, well, some people saying obviously UBIQ are doing the smart thing because they're copying Ethereum and then they're picking only the good things, so they don't have to go through the difficulties. But I mean, Ethereum is Ethereum and UBIQ is UBIQ. I mean, it's whatever it is, it's always going to be in a way a copy of Ethereum, and it cannot, obviously, I don't think it could overtake Ethereum, at least not anytime soon. So for me, Ethereum is the big winner when it comes to GPU mining. And I do hope, guys, this video does come helpful to you. I'll be happy if you share your thoughts with me down in the comment section, and everybody else, so we can learn from each other. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, feel free to give us a thumbs up, and also if you haven't subscribed to my channel, feel free to do so. And yeah, I thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and let's see how things gonna go for the next few weeks, especially after August 1st. I'm definitely looking for this Ethereum to start jumping again in price. I would like to see at least over $300-400, and I'm sure this will happen. But in the meantime, wish you a happy mining, very profitable mining. And yeah, just make sure you do the right decision, guys. Again, as I said, if you like UBIQ, just mine Ethereum and change your Ethereum and get more UBIQ coins. That's for me for now, guys. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.